Hey guys, welcome back to Cap View. So today we're going to be talking about the Scream 6 trailer that just dropped pretty recently. I'm not going to lie, I was actually kind of anticipating this trailer. I didn't think it would drop as soon as it has, but I really actually wanted to see what they were going to come up with. I did a rant post about the teaser trailer that they dropped, the fact that Scream 6 is now based in New York City and it's this vast landscape that is not really a Scream theme to me from all the previous films. You know, Scream is always isolated to a house, usually surrounding Sydney and her history. But of course, we know that Sydney is not going to be in this one as well, because, you know, they didn't want to pay Nev out, which is just deplorable. Shame for shame. So I was interested to see what this was going to be like without Sydney. But I did rant about this extensively and, you know, mentioned the cons that I had with it, or my issues that I had with it, you know, again, Sydney not being there, what they did to Dewey, a lot of things. So I was basically cautiously optimistic because it's still Ghostface and it's still Scream, I hope, right? This was my initial thoughts, guys. I'll get into what I think of the actual trailer in a second. But that was my thought process basically when I saw the teaser trailer. So I was already unhappy with Scream 5. I was not a fan of Scream 5. But then when I saw this and the fact that it's moved to New York City, and it feels like this common recycled slasher movie, that really bothered me because all the elements of a Scream film, the thing that makes Scream unique and has sustained all these years as a franchise, are all these little things and tidbits about the franchise, like the fact that it's about movies, or Sydney, of course, and you know, it's always isolated in this small town. And it's just moving it to New York City was a concern for me. And then having it so vast, you know, was it going to be like 2 killers? Was it going to be 3? Was it going to be like a whole mob of them, like a cult? Like, am I watching The Following all of a sudden? If you've never seen The Following, check it out. But yeah, so I had concerns, but I was interested in seeing the trailer. But I did say, if they kill Gale, if the first scene is an opening scene and they kill Gale, I'm going to be very disappointed because I feel like they're clearly moving away from, you know, the old crew, the OGs, especially with Nev not coming back. Gale is the last one left. Like, she's the last one standing. And I mentioned this when I watched the teaser trailer, I mentioned this in my rant, and I was like, I swear, if I see a scene with Gale and she's like in a hotel room and she gets the phone call and like she gets killed, I'm gonna be very upset. And then this trailer presents that to me. There were a lot of things about this trailer that were presented. That was one of them, and it was almost exactly how I imagined it, and I described it before obviously seeing this trailer. So I don't know what to say, but I feel like we've seen that Gale is gonna die. I guess the way I imagine they could possibly do it, this is just my fan theory situation. I don't want this to happen. Let me just be clear and preface that before I keep going, but I can't help it because I'm a Scream fan. So I think what would be really doing her dirty, because you know what, after what they did to Dewey, I do not put it past them to do this to Gale as well, because it's like going out with a bang, but it's really just dishonoring these heroes that we've grown up with. But I feel like what they're gonna do is like she's gonna just get stabbed. She looks like she's in a penthouse, right? Where is her security? Like, Gale, like, really? You have one security guard that gets taken out in like 2 seconds? Like, if it was me and this was Ghostface and I had been through this shit, you guys, I would have it like entrapment up in there and Catherine Zeta-Jones. Like, Ghostface would have to go up under that shit like Catherine Zeta-Jones in entrapment. I'm just telling you. So, yeah, she seems to have like really shit security. But it looks like she's in the penthouse suite, possibly. So I'm picturing Ghostface stabs her and he CCs her out of the building, and there's like a billboard of Gale Weathers, and that would be like the most dishonorable, dirty kill, but of course it would be, you know, entertaining. So I feel like that's possibly a way that they can go. It's 99% that I feel like Gale is gonna die in this film, then I really don't want to see that. I'm gonna be very upset, like I was with Dewey. The other thing that is happening is Kirby, of course, is coming back. Hayden Panettiere, I am a big, huge fan of. I have missed her on the screen. I liked her in Heroes. I liked her in Nashville. She was great in Nashville. I liked her in, what was the horse film that she was in? She was a horse racing. I'll put it up. I've liked her in everything that I've seen her in. And it would be good to see her return. And Kirby was a good character. I think generally the fans wanted Kirby back, and that's sort of how this sort of happened as well. So I am interested in seeing Kirby. It looks like she's coming back as kind of like a mentor kind of a thing, and kind of leading the newbies. As speaking of the newbies, we see Sam and Miss Ortega is back, of course. It's nice to see her without a broken leg in a wheelchair. So I am curious to see how dark they go with Sam, with the whole, Billy situation. I was not a fan of that. I mentioned that about five, but they seem to keep going with it, so we're gonna keep going with it. I mean, I am happy that they're bringing them back. So like the things that I do like about this trailer so far, or where it seems to be going as a franchise, I like that they are continuing the story. Like I like that it feels like a continuation. It doesn't feel like it's been 10 years, you know what I mean? Like that kind of a thing. It feels recent. So I like that. I don't know what the timeline actually is, but I like that it feels that way with the old crew returning. Um, I don't know if Mindy's going to get taken out. That would be weird. Although Randy, if it follows like Randy, so it's a possibility. There are also other new faces. I mean, Dermot Mulroney is there. Like Dermot Mulroney, I'm just like every time I see him in something, he's always that guy that does like he's just he has such charisma and brings such presence to the screen, even when I feel like his roles aren't meant to stand out. Like he kind of just shows up and he's just like, and you're like, why? What are you doing here? What is your character's? Why are you here? And he's just like, I'm Dermot Mulroney, and then you're like, okay, like, and it's just okay because like he's awesome and he's great. I really like him. Again, a big fan. So that's something new for me that he's in there. Hayden Panettiere's in there. So there are some little things that might make me watch this film. And of course there is the gore. I love horror films for the kills, and Ghostface has some signature kills that I quite like. Although, let us pause for a second and go back to the con again, because I'm going to go back to that side more than I'm going to be on the pros. Back to the cons. A fucking gun? I'm sorry, what? Like, to see Ghostface, first of all, it's New York City. Like, you're going around just stabbing, killing people in like a supermarket, like whatever that is, convenience store, and there isn't a mob of people. It's New York City. There would be a mob of people beating Ghostface up in like 0.2 seconds. This is not realistic. But let's just pretend, because that's what the movie's doing, right? The fact that Ghostface moved from a knife to a gun, to a shotgun, and uses it to kill as well, not acceptable. Not acceptable. So this is my issue with it. There's the New York City landscape, so already we've moved away. There is no Sydney, so we've moved away. How much is it focusing on Sam exactly? I don't even know. The weird Ghostface Batcave situation, that was odd as hell, and it's like a tribute and memorabilia, but it's like, it feels weird when you don't have everybody there. It would be cool if like Dewey was still here and Gale and Sydney, and that would be cool. But to do that with this new group and seemingly just Kirby leading them, it feels weird. And I'm sorry, but Sam just really still doesn't feel like a lead to me, and she still is never going to be Sydney. She's just not. She's tainted. Like, she legit talks about having something evil inside her, and Sydney was not like that. Sydney was pure and innocent and just, a product of, she was a victim of, her mother's past, and her mother was a victim as well. So it was this line and generation of, victimizing someone and then her being this heroine. Whereas with Sam, she liked that kill a bit too much. She liked it a bit too much. So, yeah, I still am very much on the fence with Sam. As much as I love Marissa Barrera, she's awesome, but, like, Sydney, she is not. I've said this before. I actually would be more interested in seeing Ortega take more of a leading role, to be fair. I want to see also what Kirby does. I mean, please don't kill her off if you just brought her back. But yeah, there are some interesting faces in this, some new faces that I'm interested to see what their roles are going to be. I am interested to see what the fuck the storyline is going to be with this, because is it about Sam? Is it like, are they going to go with the Billy stuff a bit more? Because that was just, I mean, I guess, like, if you're gonna bring it up, like, I didn't like it, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, I feel like we're definitely gonna see a Gale die. I'm very disappointed by that whole scene already before I even see her death. I'm very disappointed by the New York landscape because it's very unrealistic and it's not Scream. And I'm very disappointed by the gun situation. And also the fact that there's just ghost faces everywhere. Again, we've seen this before. Not a fan of that. So yeah, I don't know what to say about this, but it's not a complete rant as such, is it? I don't know. I don't even know anymore, you guys. But I I am somewhat interested in it. Like there are some little elements that this new trailer has brought to my attention. I also will compliment them and say that for once I don't think that they've given away too much in the trailer. I was literally just complaining about this just before for another trailer, so I actually feel like the teaser was perfect. It was exactly what it should have been. More movies should model themselves after that teaser trailer. And I feel like as an official trailer, I guess, this is a good trailer. It didn't give away too much. Yes, it showed a lot of kills, but it was one specific scene. So I feel like there's a lot more to be seen. Again, the Gale thing is kind of, it is what it is. Like, it is what it is. They didn't do that with Scream 5. You know, they kind of just shocked you with it. So this time they're just like, look, we all know what's going to happen. Gale's going to go. So yeah, I don't think she's surviving this one, guys. It's going to upset me so much. It's going to upset me when I have to watch that, if I watch that. But I am somewhat a little bit interested. I still am very much dismissive and I very much dislike that they've taken the essence of Scream away. This just feels like a generic slasher film, putting Ghostface's mask on there, and I really don't like it. I've said this before, they could have done a spin-off and just not called it Scream with these characters and then just brought Sydney back. But I don't know where they're going with this, so I guess we'll see. Let me know what you guys thought of the trailer and share your thoughts. Drop the comments. I don't know what to say about this. I'm not excited about it, but I don't hate it. So I guess that's something. I guess. We'll see how we go. We'll see if they bring up another trailer as well. So let me know what you guys think and thanks so much for watching and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.